multimedijalni web portal radio-bijelo-polje.me.
This is a program of a local public broadcaster radio Bijelo Polje. I am Andrijana Rabrenović, and our today guest is U.S. Ambassador to Montenegro, Džudi Rajzing Rajnke. Ambassador Rajnke, welcome to Bijelo Polje and welcome to Radio Bijelo Polje. Thank you very much for accepting this invitation for this interview.
Thank you very much. Hvala, Andrijana. I'm glad to be here.
Thank you. I would like to ask you at the beginning of this conversation about goals or purpose to visit municipality of Bijelo Polje. You have just met with the president of municipality of Bijelo Polje, Petar Smolović. Could you please tell us more about conclusions from that meeting?
I'm delighted to. Thank you very much. I've spent two days here in Bijelo Polje, and it's been a wonderful, very busy visit. And I've really had an opportunity to see and do and meet a lot of people. I was delighted to have the chance to meet with Mr. Smolović and discuss the beautiful city, Bijelo Polje, and all of the opportunities and the programs that the city is supporting. Personally, I think there's a great deal of potential in the north of Montenegro. It's why I've made 2 trips north just this month, having visited Plevna just a few weeks ago. My goal right now is to make sure I engage with lots of citizens, with lots of leaders, with lots of ordinary people, to understand viewpoints and to see the potential of the North, which is evident everywhere I go. Here in Bijelo Polje, besides a really meaningful meeting with Mayor Smolović, I've done a lot of things. I was able to meet with the presidents of the High Court and the Basic Court. That's important for me because the United States has been working very much over the last few years to help Montenegro achieve its goals related to reforming rule of law and implementing really fair, transparent, open legal procedures so that citizens can trust the law, can trust their judges and prosecutors to do the best for them. And that was an excellent meeting. One thing I was able to achieve there was a discussion of the safety and security of the facilities of the High Court, Basic Court. We've provided some assessments of the security environment, and we're actually preparing some donations to improve the environment in which judges, prosecutors, and others work. I'm happy to tell you about the whole visit, but there's a lot of meaningful things I think we were able to accomplish in just a few days.
As you have mentioned, you have recently visited Plevna, and now you are in visit to Bijelo Polje. How the north of the Montenegro is important for the whole country?
It's a really important question. I personally think that the country of Montenegro is made up of the coast, the center, the north, all 3 equally important. And it's why I try to get out of Podgorica as often as I can to meet real people and to understand the reality of their lives. The north is beautiful. The cleanliness of the environment, the natural resources, and the people, and the hospitality, and the optimism among young people is really very exciting. I know there are challenges. I'm not blind that there's not enough work sometimes, or the infrastructure is not yet in place, but it's coming. I really believe that there's goodwill from the central government and also from international partners who want to see the people in Bijelo Polje and the rest of the north have a really prosperous life and opportunities for their children, which is one of the reasons both visits, the visit to Bijelo Polje and this visit, have included visits to schools.
You have mentioned development of your economy in previous answers, so I would like to ask you about meeting with the business owners.
Yeah.
Where do you see perspective for economy development in Bijelo Polje?
Well, that's the one of the main reasons I like to get out of Podgorica and meet people in communities such as Bijelo Polje is to understand the reality of the economy. We can talk about it, but until you experience people's lives and talk to them, it's hard to know the reality. So the business leaders that I had a chance to talk to are involved in food production and agriculture, hospitality, trade, services. I found that there's many opportunities in the north, and what I did see and I really appreciated was the entrepreneurship. These were individuals who created their businesses, some of them in their own garage with 2 employees. And you know, that's possible. Now, several of them have 100 employees. One has over 1,000 employees. And I thought, this is inspiring. And this is the kind of thing that happened in the United States at a certain point. And it can and does happen in Bijelo Polje and the north. So maybe I was inspired to say, the economy here has many more opportunities than I had recognized, and I'm looking forward to sharing my observations with American companies who are interested in doing business with partners from Montenegro.
Excellent news. In past 2 days, you have visited also elementary school in Bijelo Polje. That is school Krsto Radević in Tomaševo, located. We know from the past that that school is supported by the donations, if I'm right, of the Ministry of Defense through some particular projects. So maybe it's the right moment now to say about your impressions, especially how children accept this visit.
Well, I think the children enjoyed the visit, but I know I for sure did, because I saw a really beautiful school and education facility that is completely renovated. The donation that you made reference to is sponsored by our Department of Defense and was valued at approximately $726,000, over 700,000 euros. And it was really a complete renovation. The facade of the building, the electrical systems, the bathrooms, the floors and walls, the windows and doors. I'll tell you, because of the work and the lighting, you go into these rooms, they're warm, they're comfortable, they're bright, and the students are happy and really engaged. I watched a couple of art classes, saw some technology that was in use, and I realized that the students at that school have every opportunity that any other student in Montenegro has. For your information, I was joined by the Minister of Education. Minister Jakšić Stojanović is visiting all of the schools in Montenegro. She's explained to me that that's her goal. We, of course, work closely with the ministry to ensure that any donation made by my country aligns with the strategic goals of your country. We don't make those decisions. We support the goals of Montenegro. And this particular project is one that warmed both of our hearts because it's a smaller community and the students there have every right and need to have a great educational opportunity, and that's what this renovated school provides them.
Maybe we can now mention the fact, which is well known, that some teachers from these cities from the north are the members of Peace Corps programs.
Yes, I can tell you a little about this Peace Corps program. I don't know if your listeners and viewers are aware, but there is a voluntary program in the United States that was founded in the 1960s. What it does is encourage Americans to volunteer their skills and their time internationally to help people in different ways. Here in Montenegro, we opened up a Peace Corps program in 2019. It was slowed down because of the COVID pandemic. But since then, we've been able to welcome 2 groups of volunteers. There's approximately, I think, 12 or 13 individuals working at schools, co-teaching English to students with the Montenegrin English teacher counterpart, and helping the students gain not just English language skills, but leadership skills. They bring in new innovative programs. They bring in programs such as writing competitions, and they also offer volunteer opportunities. I was able to join a Peace Corps group doing Earth Day cleanup a few days ago. That was in the coast. So my point about the Peace Corps is it shows students that being a volunteer is a wonderful thing, and I hope it inspires not only good English language skills, but the sense of volunteerism among the students who are having a great experience. Right now there are 8 volunteers working in the north of Montenegro. There's not one based in Bijelo Polje, but I'm certainly hopeful that in the next few rounds of volunteers that we'll be able to bring some of these wonderful, talented people to your community.
I would like to ask you one question, which is always actual here in Bijelo Polje, Montenegro. How can Bijelo Polje municipality, how can local authorities and community contribute to European integration? Especially because Bijelo Polje is recognized for its multi-ethnic and multi-confessional harmony. We are a very, very specific city.
Andrijana, you said exactly what I would have said. Bijelo Polje has a special role in the ultimate accession of this country into the EU. You represent what the EU is even still trying to be, a diverse community of different ethnicities and languages and peoples, and that all happens here in Bijelo Polje too, and people live harmoniously together and support each other. I had a very specific experience that I'd love to share with your readers, and your listeners, which is that I met with the group of women local parliamentarians, the Women's Parliamentary Club, which is the first one in Montenegro at the local level. I think we were about 13 or 14 wonderful, dynamic women from all the political parties, from the coalition and from the opposition. And these women who are in your local parliament are working together on, of course, let's say women's issues or gender issues or issues related to children, but also they're coming to consensus on broader societal issues that affect men as well as women. And there was so much energy, and they're the kind of people that help your community and your country move closer to the EU by solving problems. So my view is that politics really is a local issue. How people live their life, how people achieve their dreams is something that happens at the local level. And between the president of the city and these kind of legislators, the businesses I met with, the doctors, the children, you have all the components that it takes to help Montenegro achieve EU membership. And I think you're going to make it. I see positive signs in Podgorica that reforms are happening. And now the implementation of those reforms, whether it's in the area of justice and rule of law, or whether it's economic reforms, or any other area of societal cohesion, you have leaders around that are going to make sure that the citizens benefit from all the reforms that are happening and the eventual membership in the EU.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I would like to thank you in the name of all of us from Radio Bijelo Polje for accepting this invitation. And of course, if you like to add something more to this interview, you feel free.
Well, okay, then I will say one thing and maybe look at the camera for a second. It is wonderful to get out of Podgorica and see the beauty of this country, and Bijelo Polje has it all. I assure you that my intention is to get back more often. I've been here several times during my mandate, but I'm already planning that in the summer, in the beautiful months to come, I'd like to get into your mountains and visit some of your ecotourism and really enjoy everything that Bijelo Polje has to offer. So thank you very much for the hospitality of your radio station and also of the people of Bijelo Polje. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to being back.
Thank you very much.
Hvala.
Dear listeners and viewers, our today's guest was U.S. Ambassador to Montenegro, Džudi Rajzing Rajnke. My name is Andrijana Rabrenović. Colleagues who participate in this program are Vladimir Jelić, Sanida Kajević, Dalibora Kočević and Vanja Šabanović. Thank you very much.